Okay. Again, welcome to Nairobi and welcome to Kenya. This particular significance to us. The robust
在最近9月份刚刚召开的中非合作论坛北京峰会取得了圆满的成功。
partnership with Kenya and so welcome.
肯亚同中国以及非洲同中国的合作关系，我们也
一谈这个国土以后啊，就感受到肯尼亚人民和总统
祝贺你。
Congratulations.
Yes. Very good.
快点。
Welcome to Nairobi. And welcome to Kenya.
Handshake, Your Excellency.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Excellency.
我同其他非洲的国家领导人同习近平主席。 北京峰会2025至2027伙伴行动计划，致力于在非洲、在肯尼亚推动这一行动计划的落实。Chinese President Xi Jinping.
As we partake. Amen. We may now take our seats.
We are very happy to note that under the leadership of your Honorable, Kenya is enjoying a sound momentum of economic development with increasing regional and international influence. We congratulate you on your efforts. Over the past 2 years, your Honorable have met with President Xi Jinping twice. In particular, in September this year, during the FOCAC Beijing Summit, you also met with His Excellency President Xi Jinping, and you agreed that Kenya and China should be sincere partners of mutual trust, cooperative partners of mutual benefit and win-win results, and strategic partners in upholding fairness and justice. This has pointed out the direction for the development of our relations under the new circumstances. I'm here in Kenya with the CPC delegation to implement the important common understandings between you and President Xi Jinping, as well as the outcomes of the FOCAC Beijing Summit, so as to promote the in-depth and continuous development of our comprehensive strategic cooperative partnership.
It was an honor, Your Excellency, for me to join President Xi and fellow African heads of state and government under the Beijing Action Plan 2025 in setting a common strategic plan for the partnership between our continent and China. And Kenya, I want to assure you, is committed to promoting this partnership across Africa and also upholding the One China policy.
我同其他非洲的国家领导人同习近平主席一道，
It is my honor and privilege to welcome you all to the Supreme Court at 12 Jurisprudential Conference. In early March this year, the judges of the Supreme Court of Kenya during our annual retreat realized that the time has come for us to engage the Kenyan public, including ordinary Kenyans, civil society groups, members of the bench, members of the bar, and academia, as well as state actors who are affected by our decisions in their work and in their lives. We also determined that we would engage our colleagues in other apex courts, both in the African region and globally, to assess our progress as a court and to ensure we remain on course as guardians of the Constitution. It has always been the rule of thumb, however, globally, that judges speak only through their judgments. However, in the contemporary world, judges often find themselves under intense scrutiny and criticism without a chance to respond or engage, even to clarify, if need be, the reasoning of their decisions. Traditionally, judges have had no platform from which to speak apart from the courtroom, from where, in an adversarial system of justice, at least one party leaves unhappy. But this conference is therefore conceived by the desire to demystify the court's role and processes and to correct misconceptions about its mandate by deepening public understanding of the court. While judges are not infallible, in a democratic space, the public need to be afforded structured engagement where, from time to time, they can learn about what judges do, where they sit, when and how they do their work, and most importantly, why they do it. This is the reason we are all here today, and this week to share, to engage, to learn, and to reflect.
Since its establishment in 2010, the Supreme Court has been the final arbiter on issues of justice that go to the heart of our national conscience. The matters you discuss here today, from the traditions of apex courts to the nuanced balance of judicial independence and accountability, are central not only to your mandate, but to the very core of our democratic system. The Supreme Court is more than the apex court. It is the conscience of our Constitution. The Constitution of Kenya guarantees the independence of our three arms of government. Yet, while we are independent, we are not isolated. We are distinct, yet we are part of the same fabric that is Kenya. Our citizens do not separate us into the judiciary, executive, and legislature. They see only one government. And the expectation is for a government that works as a unified body to serve their interests, their needs, and their aspirations. Ladies and gentlemen, while the arms of government are independent, we serve the same citizens and the same republic, and as such, inevitably, all arms are interdependent. I urge each of us gathered here, within the judiciary, the executive, and the legislature, to champion this spirit of interdependence in our approach to public service. As members of the judiciary, I also urge you to continue taking a firm stance against corruption. The Supreme Court has the power to set precedents and to reinforce the standards of integrity and fairness that echo through all sectors of our government. I appeal to all of us in public service to be beacons of honesty and transparency that our citizens look up to and expect. The Supreme Court is the keeper of the promise of democracy and justice. Every decision made here impacts not just today's Kenya, but the Kenya of generations to come. Today, we are on a journey together. The Supreme Court does not exist in a vacuum. It exists in a society to serve the society. The African proverb, which you all know, reminds us that if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. Let us be steadfast partners in building a just society, one where the rule of law protects every Kenyan and guarantees their rights and freedoms. As we continue in this partnership or interdependence, let us commit to strengthening our institutions, enhancing the capacity of our staff, and encouraging a renewed spirit of service to wananchi and for the national interest. This is our collective duty. Together, we can realize a more just, prosperous, and equitable Kenya. Thank you.
Because we have a strong and firm judiciary, we have the rule of law. We have a court that can stop a presidential inauguration, and also a court that can quickly, swiftly, following the due course, swear in a deputy president. After other institutions have finished their work, Kenya is a destination for investment. I really want us to appreciate the judiciary of the Republic of Kenya. Because, Your Excellency, without them, this would not be a destination for investment. We congratulate you for the number of years that you've had. We have had ups and downs in this country, but everyone has always known that there will be objectivity in your findings. But your objectivity also must not mean popularity. It must mean just doing the right thing. I was thinking this morning when I came, what does it feel like to be a judge of the Supreme Court? I don't know, Emeritus Mutunga, how does it feel like? Chief Justice Maraga, it's almost a godlike. The finality of your decision. You know, I would draw you to one of the points by Khalil Gibran on punishment and crime. And he speaks to it. That must be exercised in a way that is judicious. Because ultimately, the ultimate judge is God. I really admire the judges of the Supreme Court that we have. You exemplify, that attribute that this country must be. And even us in other arms of government, we look up to you. On behalf of governors, I thank you because you have stood for devolution. You have supported devolution in this country.